Hello and welcome back to Avowed. We are just about ready to enter Galawain's Tusks, which means that Obsidian have released a new patch for the game. Seems to be the way, we kind of get nearing the end of an area and then all of a sudden, new patch. Now, what has the new patch added this time? Well, it has added this. Once a player has explored nearly all of the accessible areas on a map, the fog of war for the entire map will automatically clear. That's pretty good, right? Also, when entering a city on an overland map, the corresponding section of the overland map will now be revealed. Again, pretty good. The radius for clearing fog while exploring has been significantly increased, allowing players to uncover more of the map as they move. These would have been great for us like 20 hours ago, but I'm very happy to have them. You can now also kill critters for loot. Don't know why you would, but I'm assuming that we will accidentally with some lightning and things. Although, actually, I do have a theory on this, which we'll get to later. Players can now pass time, day and night cycle while in the party camp. Soul Pod throwables now dispel illusions, which also means that prior to this point, the only way to remove the illusions on the map was Yahtzee, which apparently led to a lot of players only using Yahtzee after you got her because she was the only person who had a unique removal thing that nobody else had. Like, you couldn't replace it with a grenade, so it basically forced her into the party. Added a setting option to display chests on the minimap. We might do that, but we probably do it at the end of the game, just a way to basically be like, I wonder how many we missed. Although it says only minimap, so I guess maybe minimap we might turn on. I don't know. Maybe if we're really lost. And then they added a setting for about cancelling power attacks with the bow and arquebus, which doesn't really matter for us. Now, they also did some economy and loot adjustments. So critters drop loot when killed. I said I had a theory about this. My theory is that players were really struggling to find crafting material. Now, the next thing is, added more weapons to loot throughout the game, including many that come pre-upgraded, a +1, +2, and +3 versions. Sounding like it's following a pattern yet? Increased monetary rewards for main path quests and exploration. So people who are doing the main quests need more money. Small loot containers such as backpacks and lockboxes now contain larger items like body armor and larger weapons, leading to more fairly distributed drops. People on the main quest needed more money. Significantly increased the drop rate of creature parts, which can now also be used for upgrading grimoires. People on the main quest needed more money and more materials. Increased the drop rate of higher tier weapons in later regions. Again, the later on in the game you were, people didn't have upgraded stuff. And then updated loot lists to include slightly more upgrade materials. Yeah. It really sounds like if you don't complete everything in this game, you were really ending up with, a lack of upgrade materials. Pretty much all of their changes are related to that. Now, there's also a huge number of other changes. Nearly all of them are just bug fix, and it says something like, fixed when this flickered or something like that, right? So, we don't need to worry about them, but those are the main fixes. Actually, there is one more that I just remembered, which is important. They've increased the amount of points you get for companion levels. So instead of getting a companion ability point every 4 levels, you now get it every 3 levels. And they made that retroactive, so now we have more companion stuff as well, which is cool. Yeah, and when we look at it, I can tell you about my least favorite change in the patch, which is I think it's CPU utilization is lower during compiling shaders, which to me says compiling shaders is going to take more time, so not ideal, but anyway, I'll live. We need to decide what we're doing here. Currently, we have intellect perception. Did I really put a point in each of these? I guess I must have at some point. Anyway, we have intellect and perception leveled up pretty high. Do I want to keep might leveled up as well? Or do I want to let it drop? I think I want to level it up. I mean, it is our damage stat, so it does make sense. I mean, we can increase our range as much as we like. If we don't increase our damage, we're going to be struggling, so let's do that. And then abilities. So we have 1 ability point from our level ups. So let's see here. Oh yeah, also do we have something new here? Increases damage and grants health regeneration. Yeah. Oh, right, you accepted Sapadol's offer of power. Oh yeah, we always accept it, that's fine. I was just double checking what that was saying. I don't know what we want. I think I did this last time where I went, I don't know. I don't want any of this. I don't want any of this stuff, basically. None of it is relevant to us at this point. We're kind of at max builds, but if I was to have something, maybe meteors is an option for us. What situations do we struggle in? Like AoE, obviously, we're kind of sorted. What else do we need? We maybe need, like, I don't know, some single target stuff. What's Blast of Frost? Channels a cone of frost that blasts enemies with frost accumulation. So I guess frost does freeze them in place. That could work pretty well. Maybe I'll grab ourselves Blast of Frost. Sure. Let's see whether we're going to use that. Also, now we've done that, do I want to assign it to any position? I would maybe assign it over our number 2 position for our companions. Yeah, we could maybe manually cast that for them. So it'd be wizard options. This could be... Well, unless I want to take it over our Sapadal one. Now, or it could take over Arcane Veil. I do use it less and less. Let's take over Arcane Veil. There we go. Let's do this for now. Actually, I'm going to put that on that option there. Thinking about this here. No. Let's redo this. So that's going to go there. This is... I'm actually going to replace the jump with that one here. And then I'm going to put this on there. So that way we still have 1 taunt, but I can, I think I can manually go in here and taunt. What I was thinking is our usual way of using the root is to do something like this. So we'd run and then root. I think it's really difficult to do a run and loot if you're, a run and root if you're like having to go into the menu. Because what we'd have to do then is we'd have to do run. Then this, I don't know, this feels very awkward to do. But I think going in here and using this isn't too bad. I think that's not bad at all. I guess I could replace this one with it because it's probably easier. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. In which case, just for muscle memory's sake, let's put that as 3 and let's put that as 2. Yeah, there we go. Right, let's try that. Right, and then we have to level up all our companion stuff. So, in here, all of our companions now have 2 extra stuff due to the free levels that they got. So, what do I want? So, let's start with Kai. Do I want this one? Fire and Ire ignites the target. Not really. I think doubling the range of this is pretty good. I don't really care about his attack damage. What about this one? Increases the amount of health is useful. So let's go Soothing Winds. And double the area of effect. Wonderful. Marius, obviously will take bleed accumulation on this one that we've been leveling up. And then he gets 1 point. I guess I'll take Heartseeker. I'm never going to use it. Probably. I don't know, maybe I will, but it just doesn't seem like the kind of thing I'm going to use, but I'm definitely never going to use that, so... Yeah. Giata. So I could make this heal more. I guess that would be okay. I do like acceleration. Yeah, let's go acceleration 2nd level and then make this one heal more as well. Cool. And then Yatsley. Well, I mean, I've already taken 2 here. We best well increase the size of the blast. And then I need to take one of these. I think I would quite like this one. This slow on a single enemy. Yeah, it might be useful against bosses. Cool. Right. Also, did that change anything with our map here? Not yet. Alright, well I'm going to leave, and then we're going to go to a camp. And the reason I'm going to leave out this way is so I can reveal a little bit of the map. And if I can reveal a little bit of the map, then we can see whether the new map reveal thing works. Because I think I've been to every accessible area in this area, right? So I'm hoping it works. We'll find out, though. Yeah. Though they also added some other stuff in the game, like they added...
Should be careful.
Oh.
I doubt this is the same thirdborn we left.
Well, the walls are still standing. Let's see who's still on their feet.
That is cool. I actually didn't realize it changed all of this as well on the outside. That was very cool. I was going to say something. Oh yeah, they also added an arachnophobia mode, just as an extra thing that I noticed, but yeah, it's not really relevant to us right now. Also expect there to be stutters every 2 seconds in the game until we've ran around a little bit, because it being a new version of the game means that all the shaders got recompiled, and oh, I missed loot up here. Cool. And all those shaders being recompiled means that it does the little stutter every time we enter a new area. Cool. So, this should have, in theory, because we've now explored this bit, this should have now revealed the map. I'm just double checking what it specifically said. So, once the player has explored nearly all of the accessible areas on the map, the fog of war for the entire map will automatically clear. So I guess we haven't explored enough of the accessible areas, technically, on this map. Interesting. But that might be because it also relies upon the new radius for revealing stuff. So maybe all of this would be revealed, and then that would that would make it and reveal everything else. Alright. Anyway, we've done everything on this map, right? Yes. So we can look at this in Galawain's Tusks anyway. Right. Over here, we are now going to head into this and speak to our companions about all the stuff we did last time.
I'm sorry, but before anything else, I need a word with you. Of course, I understand the impulse of wanting to save those in Thirdborn.
You understand the impulse? Where's this going?
But think of all that we lost because of you and that monster.
I wasn't willing to sacrifice half of Thirdborn, I think is a better argument. I'm not gonna say no matter what I think of Ludwig, she and I are both citizens of Adir. Just like, we're both citizens of Adir, you can't speak to us that way. No, I'm gonna say that I wasn't willing to sacrifice half of Thirdborn, which was true. Also, it could have been us who was sacrificed.
Again, I understand the impulse, Envoy, but you must think of future generations.
Did you really just say think of the children to justify killing?
I've heard enough. Even Ludwig wouldn't go that far.
Ludwig is a fool. Her brain has rotted away with the rest of her. We have no reason to believe that the Dream Scourge has been stopped, by the way. It certainly hasn't stopped Dream Scourge from appearing everywhere else in the Living Lands.
Then maybe we turn a few more of these ruins into heaps of rubble. I can't see anything good that's come out of them.
Maybe stop talking while you're ahead.
Years of lost history found, just in time to be erased by 2 Adiran fools.
I do like that Kai's is like so on our side. He's like, destroy all the ruins, and Marius is just like, no, okay, I'm trying to be a middle ground here. Yes, we shouldn't kill all the people in Thirdborn, but we also shouldn't destroy all the ruins. But I think he's on the losing side here. Let's say I'm not going to apologize for putting lives over some ruins.
I suppose I thought you were smarter than this. How disappointing. Reengrim knows more about the Dream Scourge than the dead woman burning down homes.
I hate to say it, Yatsley, but we're not changing anyone's mind today. Let's talk later. Just the 2 of us.
Fine, fine. You're right. It's done. Let's just focus on getting to the garden.
I find it interesting that Giata's on the side of Yatsley here. I know that, you know, obviously they've known each other a while, but it does seem odd that her story is that she has a tragic backstory of her parents being dead, And she's like, oh yeah, we should just totally, like, kill a bunch of people, leave a bunch of orphans without parents, leave a bunch of parents without children. Yeah, sure, we should just do that. I mean, why wouldn't we? It's for the greater good, right? Anyway, we can discuss that when we leave for Galawain's Tusks. For now, I think we all need some rest. We need to talk.
Envoy, we need to discuss what you did in the ruins. You destroyed something that was... I'm trying to remain calm. I have to remember that you had a reason for what you did. Nothing infuriates me more than to do what Ludwig wants, but I'm not unhappy with what you did. Those ruins were literally priceless. They had real Echidans in there. Think of how far my research would have shot forward. But we would have had to sacrifice so many for it. And I can't say that's a fair trade. Usually I know the right answer. It's obvious. Here, though...
I'm not sure I like this. I think I preferred her being antagonistic. I thought, although it was a point of view that we didn't share, it was still interesting to have her take that side and still be on our side. Like we still need to get to the garden. I know you're generally on my side for a lot of other things. We can work through our issues. But here, like the second time we've talked to her, she's just kind of rolled over and gone, yeah, well, you know what? I thought we should do this, but actually you're right because you're the main player. Like you're the player character. I thought I had my own opinions, but I don't. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. I think I did pretty well considering we're about to be attacked by a swarm of dream thralls. I wasn't going to upset the scary skeleton lady, or I may not like Ludwig, but we're both here by order of the Emperor. You know what? This is the time to bring up the Emperor.
All right. How could I forget? Your friends here beg your aid, but your loyalty truly lies with the monsters from your hometown.
The Envoy has history with these people. A change of heart doesn't happen overnight.
All right. I understand. I'm sorry, Envoy. This is my life's work. And that skeletal maniac attacked my home. I'm just a little more raw than I thought.
Well, technically, that skeletal maniac gave the order to attack your home. It's not quite semantics. Yes, okay, I did forget that Ludwig also attacked Fior. Like, I didn't forget that it had happened. I just didn't connect it to that decision. So I could see how that might have clouded Yahtzlee's view in it's also what the person she hates wants to do. It's like, if the person you hated said something that was really smart, you'd still probably be like, no, I don't think we're going to do that, as your first response. Not that I think either solution was great to solving the Dreamfall thing. I'm not entirely sure why we couldn't just have left it all open and not killed anybody and gone to the garden, but worry about that later. I poured salt on an open wound. I'm sorry. I understand. I'm sorry you're upset. Yeah, or we've all been through a lot since this journey began. Don't worry about it. I think we go for 3?
It's all right. I think you've earned a bit of trust from me. Things have been unreal. We spoke to actual ancient Echidans in the ruins. I was able to ask questions and get answers.
Well, were we speaking to Echidans, or were we speaking to, like, a remnant of them? I don't know. I guess we were speaking to them because she said it like that, but anyway. Wish I could ask Ghost questions about my areas of study too, but I'm happy for you. Yeah, let's say I'm happy for her.
Perhaps you'll pick a better specialty next time. Most historians have only hoped to speak with past lives through animancy. I'll blow them all away with my next paper. But to go through the trials ourselves? Oh, could we be any luckier?
Well, I don't get why anyone would worship Sapodal after those trials. Yeah, let's say that. Let's see what she thinks.
Must you try to ruin my fun, dearie?
Oh.
Well, I have to start writing this all down before I forget. But do return if you think of any other juicy details.
Was meeting Ringrim everything you expected?
I've been trying to sort my thoughts since we left her domain. We met Ringrim. The Ringrim. Master Illusionist of the Circle of Archmagi. And we impressed her? She even offered to make me her apprentice.
I could hardly contain myself. It was an honor just to meet her.
It was overwhelming. I can still feel my heartbeat. It doesn't feel real, but it is. Oh, Huntress titties. What am I going to do? If I take the apprenticeship, I'll have to leave Quilici and Fjord. And what about my study of the Godless? I've spent my whole life with them.
Well, I think you're going to leave Fior either way, because it is currently just a pile of smouldering ashes. But is there... Can you not take Quilici with you? But I don't know, probably not. Who else will tell the story of the Akida if not you?
Oh, you even learned their proper name. I can't believe you listened. You'll make me cry at this rate. I'm not a kid anymore. I can't do everything all at once. There are only 26 hours in a day. I love my life as it is now. Exploring as I wish and coming home to open arms and a warm bed. I don't want to give that up. But this is something I never even dreamed of. But it's big. It won't leave room for much else. And I'm too old to... Oh, Envoy. What would you do?
Well, what do we tell her? Do we tell her that she probably shouldn't leave Quilici alone? Or do we tell her this? I'm not going to say, do you want me to make the decision? Because, no, she's just asking our opinion. Now, because we're the player character, we are making her decision, but I think that our character would definitely say this. It's hard to pass up an opportunity like the one Ringrim is offering you. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense for us.
I know. That's the whole issue. I've learned magic through my own means, reading and studying on my own. How much more could I learn with her? And how much faster? Within a fortnight, I could rule the world.
Oh, gods. I'll stick with the secret sleeping god that whispers who knows what in our leader's head, thank you very much.
Thank you, dearie. I can't promise I'll act on it, but I really appreciate the advice. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to write a letter to Quilici. He'll never believe me.
You know, the more that Marius speaks, the more I like Marius. Let's go with Giada.
Can we talk a moment? I wanted to pick your brain about Shatterscarp. The ruins of Naku Kubel predate civilization as we know it. We had so much to learn from them. But the Steel Garrote care nothing for the past. Only the future, as long as it's under their thumb.
Well, destroying the ruins was the only way to spare innocent lives.
I'm not saying it was an easy decision, or that you should have acted differently. The fact remains that we played into our enemy's hands, and what did we get in return? We delayed the inevitable. Better than nothing, I suppose, though not by much.
Well, technically, the Steel Garrote are not completely our enemies. They're definitely your enemy. But from our side of our side and our point of view, we're not on Sapodal's side necessarily, right? Like, obviously, Sapodal is our god, and is our god in the sense that they're the god that gave us our godlike features, but we still don't know what their intentions are, and their previous godlike actively worked against them. So it doesn't seem like we're necessarily going to end up on Sapodal's side. And if you take Sapodal out of the equation, we're against the Dream Scourge, as is the Steel Garrote, and we're both from Adir. So, from that point of view, our goals kind of align quite well with the Steel Garrote. Now, obviously, from Giada's side of things, they burned her home down, which firmly puts her against them. But, I don't know. Anyway. Let's say we'll stop the Dream Scourge eventually, I promise.
I'm holding you to that. Maybe there's no right answer to any of this. Maybe all we can do is keep going, leaving chaos in our wake. I just wish the world and its problems would leave us alone. Even for a moment. Give us time to focus on our mission. Ourselves.
Let's say I noticed you haven't been getting much sleep lately.
No, I haven't. And yes, I should know better. A good night's rest would fix my head, but can't fix the world we live in. Maybe it's fine if they're both broken. While I have your ear, can I ask you one more question?
You just did, but go ahead.
Something about Inquisitor Ludwine has been getting to me. She seemed eager to distinguish your Adiran loyalty from your nature as a godlike, as though the two are incompatible. She believes you can be loyal to your country or to your nature, but not both. Do you find that unusual?
Ludwine has lots of strange ideas. Maybe it's because she doesn't trust Sapodal. She declared war on Sapodal, which puts me in an awkward position. Or I'm not sure. What's on your mind? Let's say maybe it's because she doesn't trust Sapodal, because we don't trust Sapodal.
But what about you, her kinsman? When you agreed to destroy the ruins, Ludwine was surprised, as though she didn't believe you would do the right thing. Ludwine clearly respects you, but I don't believe she trusts you. Anyway, that just had me thinking. Could be nothing, or could be something. Time will tell. Get some rest. You deserve a nap. For that matter, so do I.
Yeah, I don't think that she should trust us, right? Because we're an unknown to her. We came back to life, which is kind of weird. I mean, she came back to life as well, but like, in a different way. It was her god who did it. I guess it was our god that did our side, but she didn't know that at the time. And, we also are godlike of the thing that she thinks is causing the Dream Scourge. So, it kind of makes sense that she doesn't trust us, especially as we appeared as the Dream Scourge is getting worse. It's like, it doesn't look good for us from her point of view. But, anyway. Leave Giata.
Before I've done some reading.
Hello, Marius.
So, we found a map to the garden. Now we see how accurate those ancient godless cartographers could possibly be. Not sure how helpful that map will be, really. There's probably a reason no one's been to the garden in centuries.
Well, that's because no one knew the way.
Right. I think the sea of acid surrounding it had something to do with it, too. I figure either it's a complete dud and there's nothing really there, or we all lose our minds the second we show up. Either way, was it worth it? Who knows?
Let's say it's worth it to me.
And that's all that matters, I guess. Let's go. Anyway.
Right. See ya.
Thanks for
And Kai, you got anything to say?
Something about being back has me feeling restless.
Fair enough.
Night, envoy.
Oh, you got more to say?
Listen, that back there, in the ruins, that was a lot. I know you passed 3 trials, but I'm not sure what that means exactly.
What do you think it means?
I don't know. Maybe you're the chosen one now. Some kind of prophecy? You don't look that different to me. It's not that I didn't enjoy tromping around in the ancient death trap, getting bossed around by spirits and all that. But I really do hope this was the last time. That kind of humidity does terrible things to my beard. Anyway.
And your beard is very impressive.
Not before I've done some reading.
Right, not you, not you, not you, and not you. Also, that's weird. He has the same line as Giada. Oh, and we can choose when we want to wake up. Oh, cool. It doesn't matter who I take. Yeah, it doesn't matter who I take. Because I'm going to the, I'm going to leave.
How could they? Beloved that you are, and still they bared their fangs. We blessed the Jabaru Sinakis, and they prick us in return.
Well, you harmed innocents. Of course they're furious.
Roots like a wall. We only meant to protect. We thrashed against the blinding light to keep the Akita safe. We never wanted this. So many seedlings lost. We grieved, but we saved many.
Ooh, 3 is definitely our response. But, I don't know. I'm looking at 1. Sometimes our emotions drive us to terrible things. I understand. As long as you promise this is in the past, we can move on. Like, I understand. I don't really, I understand implies some level of acceptance. I don't think that we necessarily accept what Sapadal's done. As long as you promise this is in the past, we can move on. I mean, that sounds like an abusive relationship with our god. So I guess we're gonna have to say, you can't take any fucking responsibility for anything, can you?
We tended, comforted the living, and buried the dead. Yet still the branches swipe. We mourn, we could not be to blame. They should have shared our love. Their spite, this we could not foresee. But you are here, a green shoot after the fire. You would not raise your hand against us.
Ooh. Never. It depends on whether you hurt the people I love or as long as our goals are pointed the same way. Let's say as long as our goals are pointed the same way. We're not going to say never, but that is a little worrying. Sapadal, you're saying some very worrying things.
Freedom from the garden, a lamp to light our way. Sleep now. Dream of golden poppies on the road ahead.
That's interesting. That's the second time they've said the word lamp. Huh. Now, why is lamp interesting? Well, because I believe that lamp is the symbol of one of the forms of Aethys. Could it be that that is what they need to escape? I don't know. Like some metaphorical lamp from Aethys to let them out? I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but it's definitely interesting. This is what remains here. Just gonna go have a look out at this side. Yes, this has had a little bit of a makeover as well. I think there might be some things down there. Oh, there's a Zorup down there. And there's loot. It's like I can't. I tried. I tried to walk away without taking the loot, but I can't. I saw it. Right. Am I gonna kill the Zorup? No, I'm not gonna kill the Zorup. There's no reason to kill the Zorup, except for that it would be complete. In my head, I'm like, it would be complete if you killed it. You would have completed everything. It's like, that's a horrible reason to kill it. I do like this, though. All of these new bits in Thirdborn. It looks like it's all over as well. Like, yeah, it's all over the place. Or in Shatterscarp, I guess I should say, but like, yeah, that's kind of neat. Anyway, who wants to speak to us here? I can't actually tell very well. Looks like these people are from Thirdborn. Oh, it's these two. Oh, hello.
Convinced by an Adiran. What's this world coming to?
You better not make us regret this.
Oh, cool. Well. Oh, hello, you two.
Temerity sent word. Said you were good to go. But she didn't sound right, Envoy.
To the water and the dark, to the roots, away into the nothing.
Things are still strange. I'd watch my step if I were you.
Watch your back,
Noted.
traveler.
Noted. I just want to double check. Is it now? Oh, you can see our new radius. Look at this. And that's our new like fog of war revealing radius. That's cool. You can actually see it all the way along there. Huh. Alright, I was just seeing if it revealed the map, but it hasn't. Alright. New map. Let's go. Galawain's Tusks. Although, before we get there, we're going to have all of our conversations.
While that parting is probably the closest Ludwig gets to friendly, I'm not looking forward to our paths crossing again.
Frankly, I'll take any opportunity we get to ruin Ludwig's day.
I'll say this much for the Inquisitor. She's stubborn, like a rat. And we gave her everything she wanted.
I'd say we shouldn't stay on her bad side, but I'm not sure she has any other sides.
You know her better than any of us. What's your read?
Actually, I think we probably know her worse than Kai, right? Because she was in Paradise for a while before we got there, and we didn't know her before then. But anyway. Death Guards are powerful but not unstoppable. Ludwig is undead, not immortal. She's a good servant of the Empire. She's just extreme in her methods. She's out of control and must be stopped. We'll do what we must regardless of my feelings about Ludwig. You know what? Let's take a step back from Arcane Scholar. Let's say she's a good servant of the Empire. She's just extreme in her methods.
Yet she's got nothing but contempt for men like Hilgard, agents of Adir who are bound, at least in part, by its laws. There's nothing more dangerous than a loyal fanatic who answers to no one.
Well, the joke's on her in any case. Ludwig won't get very far without that map. She'll be scratching her skull.
Somehow, I don't think she'll let that stop her for long.
And Ludwig definitely strikes me as someone who doesn't leave food on her plate.
Ludwig and I are both Adirans. We'll find a way to work it out. Yeah, we'll find a way to work it out.
Right, and the Steel Garrote is famously level-headed. Just look at Fior.
Ludwig and her Steel Garrote have the numbers and the power, but we have spunk and a map. And that might just be enough to find the garden before she does.
We're all competing for the same thing. A place we barely understand, with no guarantees of what we'll find there. Still, I am determined to reach the garden, above all else.
Ugh, that's just a pile of Sokka.
Something to say, Marius?
Oh, now you're listening to me, all of a Sokka sup sudden. You won't find a blessed a thing. This wild beetle chase of yours is a Padraku waste of time. To get to the garden, you have to go through Galawain's tusks. The land is made of lava and acid. It wants to eat you alive.
So it's tough odds. We've gotten this far together.
Tough odds is an extra Zarb jumping in at the last minute. This is a long trek, on foot, through a land that can barely support life. I don't have to be a Blessed Day Oracle to know this won't go how you think it will.
Well, I have orders from an emperor I swore to obey.
And what would he say if he knew what you were really doing out here? Your true orders come from a voice in your head. What do you know about Soppadal? How do you know you can trust them?
I don't. No, I don't trust them. They saved my life. They're not just in my head. I have a strong intuition that they are trustworthy, or the truth is I'm not sure anymore. I have a job to do and I don't have time for your nonsense. I think I say 2. 1, they do not have my trust. 3, they do not have my trust. 4, that's just rude. 2, analytical, at no point do we say we trust them. They're not just in my head, they have a powerful connection to the Adra here.
I hate to be the voice of reason, but we are talking about a god. There are limits to what we can even comprehend.
I have a powerful connection to my Blessed flute, but I'm not about to take orders from it.
What's on your mind, Marius? What bothers you so?
Because I can scream until I'm blue in the face, and you people would still rather trust the Envoy's pet headache demon. And now you want to drag us through the deadliest region in the world because a sleeping god said so.
Let's say something happened to you in Galawain's Tusks.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm done here. Do whatever Blessed planning you want to do. You don't need me for that.
Let's just take a breath, Marius. You don't mean that.
Nope. I said what I said. Come get me when it's time to go.
Poor Marius. Something's really rattled him.
I've never seen Marius like this. Something's going on with him, but I don't know what.
I'll go talk to Marius.
Be gentle with him. Or if not gentle, understanding.
Well, hopefully Marius will be okay soon. We have to get going if we want to get to the garden before Ludwig.
We won't get far unless we look after each other. Now's your chance.
Alright, Marius.
I know what you're gonna say. Marius, I'm tired of your Blessed attitude. Get over it. Well, you know what? So am I. So just let me be alone for a bit.
Well, you seem to be looking for any excuse not to go to Galawain's Tusks.
I don't... Right, I guess I was. I just really don't want to go. Just the thought of going back to Galawain's Tusks makes my heart feel like it's going to explode. I sweat. My ears ring. I can't breathe. When it seems like we're really heading there, I feel like I'm dying.
Well, let's do our resolve one. Breathe, Marius. You're safe here.
Right. Thanks. I understand not wanting to go back, but why can't I just thinking about it makes me feel ill. I need some time alone, Envoy. I need to get some rest. I'll be ready to go when the time comes.
You sure you don't want to talk some more?
Envoy, what do you need?
Alright.
Till next time.
Anyone else want to chat? No. 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 Alright. Let's go. How messed up is it that he's just like, I feel ill when we're going there. I feel like I can't breathe. And now my thought is, well, because we're going to Galawain's Tusks, we should take Marius because he seems to have a connection to the area. Yeah, it's incredibly messed up. I feel like we should take Marius. Oh, I also missed that these have different artworks depending. I think I probably noticed that at one point and never actually clicked. But depending if they're in your party or not. That's cool. Well, Marius is coming with us, and then the question is who's second? I guess it should be Yardsley. But then I'd be taking Kai out of the party. I think that's unacceptable. I think it has to be Kai and Marius. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there's a reason to take... I don't know. I guess it should be Yardsley. Because she's got kind of the godlike stuff going on. Like, Giada has nothing going on at this point. We finished her story, we finished her quests, we finished her area. Like, she's kind of done. Yardsley, it feels like there's a little bit more to her stuff with the garden. But Kai's just nice to have around. Marius seems like the one where this is his area, right? Maybe I take Yardsley. Maybe we mix things up for a little bit. Or if I don't take Yardsley, I take Kai, and then I bring Yardsley in for like the garden part of it. But then I would probably just take Kai and Yardsley. I'm gonna take Kai. I want to bring Kai. For my one, I'm like, maybe I get more story with Yardsley, but I want to bring Kai. He always has some interesting and entertaining thing to say at the end of everything that happens. ho ho. This is Galawain's tusks.
Marius, you told me Mount Forgia smelled like a basket of rotten eggs, but you should have told me it smells like a ship's latrine after a month at sea.
Always thought that if I ever came back here, I'd never...
It's okay. We're all here with you. Deep breaths.
I'm fine. I just need a moment.
He is definitely, like, freaking out a little bit more than usual. Like, look at this. This is not the usual way that he walks around. That's cool. It is also incredibly messed up that I'm like, oh, that's not the usual way he walks around. He looks really uncomfortable. Yeah, like, I'm happy we brought him. So this is a weird area for us, right? Because there's the entrance to the garden is over here, right? But obviously we need to go to Solace Keep at some point. It looks like there's an area over here and there's all this other bit. So, effectively, we're going to walk past this to get to Solace Keep and then come back? Or do we want to walk over here, see the entrance? Maybe there's something blocking the entrance or something? I don't know. We'll see. Ooh, there's stuff over here. Well, we're picking up exceptional equipment right off the bat, which is very interesting. So I just want to look at the map. Yeah, so we reveal a ton more of the map now as we walk around.
Quiet, you! You can imprison our bodies, but not our voices.
Hello?
Does this amuse you, seeing your kin caged like beasts?
No true kin would desert Solace. All we have are our oaths to Nandru, and you broke them.
Right. They're not the only ones either.
Oh.
The damn oaths again. You might as well be the one in chains. Our founder, Nandru, didn't intend for his people to starve. I'd bet you my kidneys he didn't build Solace Keep so we can die of starvation in it. No, he would have wanted us to live.
Honestly, I don't care anymore. I'm getting too hungry to even think.
Nandru. Oh, they've increased the size of this screen as well. That's interesting. The revered founder of Solace Keep, Nandru lived hundreds of years ago, but the Pargrunen of Galawain's Tusks still honor the oath they swore to him, to protect the garden forever. Oh. Now that's interesting. Do they know about the garden? Does that imply that Marius knew about the garden the whole time? In fact, maybe even knew where it was? Uh-huh. They're saying, what's going on here? Why aren't you feeding your prisoners?
What's going on here is Pargrunen business. Stay out of it, Outlander.
Yeah, don't need a blessed outsider pretending they know anything. Move along.
Oh.
Can't imagine why you even set foot here. These are Pargrunen lands, last I checked.
Meaning mind your tongue and your judgment while you're here, outsider. These folk have done much to deserve their cages.
Strange to see a prisoner defending their jailer.
Strange that you think we'd care about your opinion. Saka, get out of here.
And you assholes need to feed us.
There's no food. We barely have decent meals ourselves. Why waste any of it on people who won't stay and fight?
Saka, don't tell the outsider that. These bastards wanted to abandon the keep.
They were going to abandon their people. They don't deserve the resources. Imagine if you were in their place instead, or I'll get out of your beard if you just tell me where that godless tower is. Let's say, imagine if you were in their place instead. I do feel like if it was people who were abandoning us, we would say too. But because it's someone else, we enter hypocritical mode and we do this one. Imagine if you were in their place instead.
I'd starve myself for my disloyalty then. Do you want anything else? I'm sick of looking at you.
I'll be out of your beard if you just tell me where that godless tower is.
Fine. Anything to be done looking at you. Follow the main road north and then east. You'll find some dirt paths to follow after you hit the cliffs. Now mind your business.
Alright then, I mean, I have a backpack full of food if anybody wanted any of it. Guess not. Alright. Ooh, I'll have that as well. And here's the camp. That's right at the start. Right, I'm just checking around the edges while we're here. The mini-map, or not the mini-map, the map should update a little bit, or should have a little bit more in it, I should say, now. Because now it looks like we've explored this whole zone fully. But we still have to explore the corners so that we actually get everything. Yeah, this will be why the previous zone didn't mark as complete, or at least didn't fully reveal, is because the new amount that gets like revealed with this new radius is much higher than previously. Although, wait a second, if I go to... I can't look at other maps. I was thinking if I went to the map for Paradise, would it all be revealed? But no. Or Fiora, I guess, would be a better one. Also, I'm just checking here. There's only one Pergrunin cache, only one Strangled Adra, only 3 party camps, which implies the area is a lot smaller than the other areas. Huh. There's still 5 bounties, though. And an ancient memory. Continue around the edge. Huh. Alright. Well. We've found our way to the Adra Waystone. Right. You want to talk?
We're on the precipice of something magical. You can feel it, can't you? The garden is within our grasp. All we need now is the courage and wisdom to brave the unknown.
Are you frightened?
Not anymore. Too many things that frighten me have already come to pass. What about you?
I'm worried that everything I know is about to be turned upside down.
The bane of every academic. I believe, for the first time in ages, that I am not afraid. I used to care so much about discovery, invention, achievement. But deep down, I was afraid. Afraid that I wasn't living up to my potential.
Let's see what we want to say here. Well, let's say, who did you think you were letting... No, earlier you were worried you were taking the wrong direction with Animancy.
You've been paying attention. Since we met, everything I believed has been proven wrong. That the island can be controlled. That I alone can fix it. Even my parents. Gods. They really had no idea what they were doing. Just like me.
Does that give you any comfort?
Well, it puts things into perspective. I'm so tired of being afraid. I need to accept my limitations or embrace them. Even if I'm wrong again, that's part of the journey. I have no idea where it leads. And for the first time, it's fine. Perfectly fine.
Let's say that would have gotten you a standing ovation at Dragon Hill Academy.
Really? I wouldn't know what to do with that much encouragement. Glad I could get that off my chest. We have bigger problems to worry about, but I appreciate these little moments. You have an inquisitive mind. I respect that. If you ever feel your education is missing something, I'd be happy to teach you what I know. All you have to do is ask.
You offered to teach me. I'm ready to learn.
Excellent. The Imperial Court taught you well, but I suspect there were gaps in what they call an education. If there's anything you've been dying to learn from an Animancer, now's the time.
They sharpen their mind. How you stand up to yourself. So that's resolve, intellect, whatever you want to teach me. I want intellect. Yeah, tell me how an Animancer sharpens their mind to decipher the spiritual world.
Unfortunately, that can take a lifetime. It's the sad reality of our work. But I'll give you the short version. Now, let's begin. You drifted off for a moment. Were you paying attention?
I was hanging on your every word.
Really? What's the last thing I said?
You were telling me about the fight that broke out during your thesis defense.
Ah, I stand corrected. Even if you had dozed off, no harm done.
Uh-huh.
Besides, a little nap is good for the soul. I slept through my share of lectures, and look how I turned out. That's all I have to teach you for now. I'll chime in if anything else comes to mind.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Now we've got a whole bunch of new things. Let's say, after everything we've seen, do you still want to be an animancer?
The better question is, can I still be an animancer? Could I even make a difference? By burning Fior Messiverno, the Steel Garrod declared that animancy is not welcome in the living lands. And then there's the Dream Scourge, unraveling civilization as we know it. I don't know where that leaves me. The work my parents started may have no end in sight. We don't even know if the living lands can be tamed politically, much less spiritually.
I thought animancy was all about discovery, even if the odds were against you.
All of my discoveries have led to dead ends. Where then do I turn? All I know for certain is that I've been going about this the wrong way. I should be an animancer for the right reason. With the Dream Scourge, I haven't got one.
Then we better stop the Dream Scourge. Your work is too important.
At least someone thinks so. Thank you for believing in me, whether or not I believe in myself.
How are you holding up?
Well, my future is in shambles, and I have no idea what to do next. Oh, and my home burned down. Apart from that, fine. Truthfully, I'm a bit lost. Leaving Fior Messiverno was supposed to be liberating. We've seen and done incredible things, but I'm no closer to finishing my family's work.
Do all animancers suffer from ennui?
Only the good ones. Through animancy, I can harness the wild essence of the living lands and put it to good use. But what if I tried, only to have it lash out and destroy me? I'd be no better off than my parents. The Dream Scourge is infecting our Adra, holding back my work. Until I understand it, until I can control it, I can't do anything. I'm useless. I'm nothing.
Well, we traced the Dream Scourge to the garden. Maybe you'll find answers there. I was considering 3. Did you ever stop and think you're more than your work? And then I realized that our character wouldn't say that. That wouldn't occur to them.
Let's hope we live long enough to see this garden of yours. Quilici always told me to slow down, to stop and appreciate the land I'm trying so hard to fix. But how can I slow down when I only have one lifetime to get this right? I'll find answers in the garden, for better or worse.
We're so close to the garden. Are you nervous?
Oh yes. The little butterflies in my stomach got more restless than ever. When I joined you, I needed to put a stop to the Dream Scourge. So much has changed since then. There may be nothing for me in the garden. Nothing I haven't learned outside of it. But I still want to see it for myself.
The garden might still surprise you.
Don't get me wrong, I'm excited. The garden will be the discovery of a lifetime, even if I don't have an agenda. On a journey such as this, it's better to cast aside your expectations. They can only weigh you down.
Let's talk about Galawain's tusks.
Go on then, I'm listening.
What do you know about Galawain's tusks?
I've heard the Wardens are very set in their ways, for better or worse. Usually the worse. Vidaro tried to form a trade agreement with the Council. Copper and glass in exchange for grain. But it went nowhere.
The Council wasn't interested in trade?
They weren't interested in outside help. The Wardens value self-reliance. Maybe because they have an inflated sense of their own importance. No offense, Marius.
No, you pretty much got it right.
They have a righteous duty to protect these lands, and believe that it can and should be done without the help of outsiders. It's a bit like shooting yourself in the foot because you don't trust anyone else to wield the gun.
Or, potentially, there are lots of people who try and colonize the living lands and fail, while these guys have been given a task to protect the world from whatever's in that, or to protect the garden, effectively, and to keep it safe. Effectively, they are the jailers of the garden, right? In a way, if what we read earlier is correct. So, it could be that they don't want to be reliant on an outside trade that could disappear if they have to be here another 500 years. That's the way I'm reading it, but anyway. That's enough for now. Get some rest.
You too.
Hey, 2 intellect.
Anyone else finding it hard to breathe?
Oh dear. Focus on something else, dear. Like how terrible the tusks smell.
We're here. Stay with us, Marius. The feeling will pass.
Oh, I didn't want to just walk out of camp.
Right. I'm alright. It's like I'm being chased by something I can't see.
We're here, Marius. You're safe. The only thing chasing you is yourself.
Oh, God. I'm the last person I'd want to be chased by.
Well, with that, I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.